and thank you all for joining us tonight. People know me as someone with immense pride and love for my state, but I want you to know that that wasn't always the case. Growing up, Southern culture was not a thing that I was proud of, and I longed to make my big break out of Virginia. In August 2011, I got a late-night phone call from a good friend. She said, "Dyanna, I need you to come to Washington, D.C." I said, "Elise, why, and why are you whispering?" And she proceeded to tell me that she was sleeping under a desk in an office in D.C., and she was going to be arrested tomorrow. She asked me to join. So I did go to D.C. that day, and I cheered on as Elise and the many others were carried away in police wagons in an act of civil disobedience against the Keystone XL pipeline. And just like that, I was swept up into a national movement for climate justice. Our movement has successfully delayed the construction of the pipeline for over 6 years, but also in response, the companies behind the tar sands have been shooting pipelines out in all directions. And when a pipeline was proposed through eastern Canada, the Energy East pipeline, a few friends and I got creative. We launched on the Energy East resistance ride, cycling 3,400 kilometers for over 2 months along the pipeline route. On this ride, I was eager to connect with all the pipeline-hating, fossil fuel-hating folks throughout eastern Canada. But town by town, kilometer after kilometer, I didn't find what I was looking for. Who I did meet was mayors with a deep sense of pride for their town and were fighting to protect their clean water supply. I met marine biologists fighting to preserve the species and the habitat they'd studied their whole lives. And I met private landowners striving to conserve the lands they hope to pass on to generations to come. The point here is that town by town, story by story, I wasn't connecting with people who had a shared despise of this pipeline, but was realizing that every town was fighting for the things that they loved. And I realized that my power lies in the communities I'm part of, fighting for the things that we share in common and the things that we value. And I left this bike ride with a deep desire to return to Virginia to organize my home community. Virginia is a state that exists in a place of long-standing tension. We're a battleground state, we're a swing state, and Virginia is known to be that spot where the North ends and the South begins. It's true that Virginia does not always agree with me, but this, I found, is exactly the reason that I should stay. To organize, to build a movement, is to exist continually within a space of tension. It's to have one foot firmly grounded in the reality that exists, and the other foot planted in the world we believe is possible. Now, so this day, October 20th, is actually a very important day for our coalition. It was October 20th in 2013 when a handful of students found ourselves just after we met in a 3-hour lunch discussion where we shared a dream of what a youth climate movement in our state could be. We gave ourselves a name to grow into, the Virginia Student Environmental Coalition. And sitting in that small cafe, I had no idea the journey I was about to embark upon, that would ever lead me here 2 years later to celebrate our anniversary with everyone in this room. Over those 2 years, we've planned statewide student summits bringing together hundreds of students. We've filled the state legislature, and we've even had a pipeline bike ride through our own state. But it's not these mountaintop moments that make up the success or the spirit of our coalition. Rather, the spirit and success of our Virginia Student Environmental Coalition is defined by the young people who can look each other in the eyes and say that I'm in this for the long haul, that we are fighting together for the state that we love, the land and water that we share, and for our community and future that we are building together. And although I'm the one up here accepting this award, the true credit goes to all of those young people, all of those incredible student organizers that are building this movement right alongside me in Virginia. And it's truly an honor to be the messenger that gets to share that story with you all. And to the Earth Island Institute, I have the deepest gratitude for your continued dedication to support and empower young voices across this continent. Of course, my deepest gratitude goes to my two geologist parents who raised me with a wild love for this world. So thank you. And thank you to the audience for coming out tonight. It's true what Anisha said. The other 5 winners and I have had an incredible time to bond, and I'm so excited for you to meet the rest of them the rest of the evening. So thank you all.
Sing